Hey cruisers, welcome to our Wednesday night live stream. We are so happy to have you here. We're going to talk all about our Norwegian Bliss preview cruise from Los Angeles. We spent 2 magnificent days, Junior Editor and I, on board the ship, and we're really thrilled to tell you all that we loved about it. We're going to ask that we limit all questions, hopefully today, since this is a quick 30-minute live stream, to Norwegian Bliss, if at all possible. We promise to go live again very soon. Today's episode is sponsored by cruiseline.com and Shipmate app, where you can find reviews, tips, and photos from real everyday cruisers. I'm also really stoked to announce to you guys that you can do your shore excursion research using the Shipmate app, and to do it, you open the app, click on Explore, go to Excursions, and start your shopping there. You can book using a credit card right in the app, and it's super cool. So how is everyone doing? It's been awesome to hang out in the chat with all of my early birds. I really appreciate all of you coming in and helping me to feel comfortable before we go live. Sorry for the short live stream this evening, but we haven't had dinner yet. I just got home from work, so we're trying to make sure we don't neglect our child and go too late into the evening, so that's why we're doing this. So let's talk all about Norwegian Bliss. I'm going to get right into what we did on the ship and tell you all about it, but please know that there are videos coming, as you have already seen. We have posted a video of my experience on the go-kart track, which was amazing, totally exceeded my expectations, way faster and more thrilling than I ever would have anticipated. We also posted our first room tour of a mini suite, so be sure you're subscribed on our channel. Check those out. The mini suites and the balconies, by the way, are very similar. So if you are on the fence about booking one or the other, the big differentiator is the bathroom. The shower is larger and there is a double sink in a mini suite, but otherwise the balcony cabins are very similar. So if you're trying to save money, just go for the balcony. Don't worry about the mini suite. Unless you need a ginormous shower, you're probably okay with just a balcony. So I am going to first start with a disclaimer of a few things that we were not able to see on the ship, to let you all know. Thank you so much, Alex, for the super chat. To let you all know what we didn't see, so that if any questions come in on these particular areas, that you know that on a 2-day cruise, we just didn't have time to do it all, and we are terribly sorry about that. We wish we would have had more time and we wanted to see it all, but here are the things that we were not able to see. We were not able to see the Haven. The lines were extremely long. We were looking at probably a wait that I just couldn't put Junior Editor through. So I'm so sorry that I couldn't do that for you, but there are so many wonderful videos already out on YouTube showing the Haven on Norwegian Bliss, so don't worry, there's plenty of coverage. We also were unable to tour the spa. I did not realize that the tours were only on the first day. I showed up on the second day for a tour, and they were actually, the spa was operational, so they couldn't give me a tour. So I'm so sorry that we weren't able to do that. I also did not go into any of the main dining rooms. So Taste, Savor, and the Manhattan room, I didn't even get to see or film. So those are things that we didn't do. Things that we did do, so let's talk about the good stuff, right? We were able to see and tape the observation lounge, which is absolutely spectacular. And if you are going to be cruising this ship to Alaska, you are in for a next level treat. This is the most posh, ginormous lounge with a bar that I have ever seen on any ship. And for those of you who are concerned about the fact that they added a racetrack or other high adventure things on a cruise to Alaska, I can tell you that that observation lounge and all of the outdoor space is so exceptional that it really truly makes up for it. So get excited about that lounge. Interestingly enough, one thing that I heard on the Panama Canal cruise, and I also saw for myself, is that there are so many chaise lounges and couches in the observation lounge that people go there to nap. I saw it even on a short 2-day preview cruise, you guys. People were sprawled out on these couches. It was so funny. Giant, gorgeous, velvety chaise lounges, which you will see soon. My battery's running low on my computer, Mr. Cruise Tips TV, but we won't worry about that. All right. Also got to experience Starbucks. It is a full-size, totally retail style Starbucks. It was excellent, loved it. My son had a cake pop, I had an iced tea. It was fantastic. We also got to see the waterfront, beautiful. They connected the restaurants and that outdoor space with the sea. And if you are one of those traditional cruisers that likes that promenade feel, you're gonna love the waterfront. We also got to experience some of the finest entertainment I've ever seen on a cruise. I watched Jersey Boys and Havana. I did not take my son because he fell in love with the Kids Center for the first time in his cruising life, guys, and he wanted nothing to do with the shows. I'm actually glad that I did not take him to Jersey Boys because there were a heck of a lot of F-bombs. So if you're gonna go see Jersey Boys, please leave your little ones at home. It is definitely adult content, but I can tell you that the performance is exceptional. And yeah, I might have got just a little bit of a chill down my spine when they played Sherry Baby. It was amazing. Jersey Boys, do not miss it. If any of you were watching the inaugural tonight, you probably got a little bit of a taste of it, but it did not do it justice. And excuse me, not the inaugural, I meant the christening. They did a Facebook Live, Norwegian did a Facebook Live, and it was nice to see a taste, but there's nothing like sitting in that theater. We're talking Broadway quality. Same with Havana. These are very long shows, so if you're looking for 45 minutes in and out, you're not gonna get it. So thankfully, the way that the theater is set up is very comfortable. They have bar service and it's really great. They also have multiple shows per night, so you're gonna love it. I know that we're probably getting a lot of questions coming in, so we will try to do our best to get to those as soon as we possibly can. But I want to run through all of our experiences real quick so that we can make sure we share what we experienced before the end of the live stream. So, okay, so we talked about Jersey Boys, we talked about Havana. They're both exceptional. Do not miss them. I did not see Happy Hour Prohibition, but I can tell you that you don't want to miss that one. If you can get a reservation for it, book it. Steve and Shannon, you definitely need to see Happy Hour Prohibition. I have heard nothing but exceptional things about it, so make sure that you do that. Laser tag is a blast. Junior Editor and I did that. I believe it's $5 per person. We did it at night. Definitely do it at night if you can get a reservation in the dark. It is open to the sky, so you want that drama of the laser lights in the evening. It is so much fun. They put you on two teams. They divide you in the little space station, and you go after each other, and you go and you recharge yourself in a little, I forgot what it was called. Gosh, I don't remember. Did Junior tell you what the recharging station was called in the laser tag? I can't remember. We have video of the whole experience, so don't worry. That's coming soon. So much fun, you guys. And then let's talk about the racetrack. Okay, I'm addicted. It was so fun. And it's just the trippiest thing because it's completely silent. These are electric cars, but they pipe sound into the track and into your, possibly even into your helmet, I'm not really sure, but you hear this zooming, but they're electric, so there's really no sound. If you're standing by the pool deck, you wouldn't even know that the racetrack was there. It is 30% larger than the track on Norwegian Joy, and it is an engineering marvel, you guys. It is so much fun. If you are into go-karting, into bumper cars, anything like that, if you love speed, if you love ATVing, you're gonna love that racetrack. It is absolutely worth $7 per person. They do have two-seaters. If you have a little child who can't really fit, they're probably gonna let them sit in the seat next to you. You will be put into kind of a group, and you'll be given a helmet liner, which is, you've probably seen my photos already on Instagram and Facebook, but kind of like a big sock that you put over your head, and then you put your helmet on over the top of that, and you are racing for a solid 10 to 15 minutes. It is a very long experience and so much fun. Highly recommend it. And no, you cannot go over the side of the ship. It is technically impossible. So watch our video on that and you will absolutely, you'll see what I mean. It's a blast. All right, so the hot tubs. We tried the hot tubs. They were wonderful. They're situated nicely on the side of the ship. Totally love them. Didn't get in the pools. We just didn't have time, but we also tried the water slide, the type that you slide down with the rafts, not the drop slide. And not the little teeny tiny kid slide, but the one that it kind of, it goes out over the side of the ship and has a transparent viewing area so that you see the ocean when you go through a portion of it, and it is exceptional. So that thumbnail that you saw for this video is my son and I on a tandem raft, and we would have done that all day, both of us. Adults and kids alike are going to love that slide. You don't get soaking wet, and they keep the temperature in the slide warm, so it's very comfortable, super, super fun. All right, let's talk about dining for a moment. The restaurants that we ate at were Los Lobos, the new Mexican food restaurant on board. It was so good. You gotta try the guacamole if you go there. And Ocean Blue, which is the seafood restaurant on board. Both of them were absolutely excellent. Ocean Blue is a very fine dining experience, and they have some big booths in that restaurant that I really fell in love with. Junior Editor was brought a kids meal. They serve the kids menu in all the specialty restaurants, no problem at all. He had some chicken tenders, and he stuck his fork right into my rigatoni crab pasta with spicy Korean chili sauce, and he loved every bite of it. So we had a great time at Ocean Blue. It was really A lot of fun. I recommend that. We also tried the buffet for several meals, but I have to tell you that I don't feel like I really got a chance to enjoy the food. On a 2-day cruise, when you're as busy as we were trying to film, I wasn't as focused on breakfast and lunch as a sit-down, relaxing experience. For me, I was trying to get some fuel and then go on to the next thing I was trying to do. So to those of you who are really looking to find out about the quality, the buffet food and the restaurant food, my experience was fantastic with all of it. It was really good, but I can't honestly tell you that I had the full food experience because I was just not focused on it as much. So with that said, everything was great. They did have a seafood buffet on our preview cruise that was exceptional. I ate my weight in crab legs and could have stayed there all day. I probably had crab like stuck in my bangs, but I didn't care. It was just the best experience. So definitely a nice layout to the buffet. Pretty good seating. I think there were some crowd issues during my meals, but otherwise it was really good. A few other things I want to talk about, and then we can get into questions. I'm almost done, I promise, with my summary. Coco's, the new dessert spot, is awesome. We got some footage of a couple enjoying a little mini chocolate fountain with fruit to dip in it, and that was so cool. And of course, you've all seen the Twitter and Instagram and Facebook photos of people enjoying giant sundaes there. We didn't have any of those because I didn't want to overdose my kid on sugar. He was already getting plenty of that just from the cruise, but it's a fun spot and it was very popular. People really enjoyed it. It reminds me of kind of a cool old-fashioned ice cream parlor like at Disneyland or something. Really open seating, very bright, very cool. Let's talk last, you guys, about the kids area. Like I mentioned before, Junior Editor is not generally a fan of the kids centers. In fact, he has never opted to stay in one. We try every time. He goes, he checks it out, and he usually just leaves. Well, things changed on this cruise, and I couldn't get him out of there. He made friends with the staff, he made friends with the kids, and I think part of the reason that he loved it so much was because it was such an expansive space, and I don't think he felt like it was crammed with a million kids and he was, wasn't overwhelmed by the experience. They also had really cool age groups in this one. So the age group that he was in was called the Splash Academy, which is 3 to 12 years old. He likes it when there's little kids there. He likes babies and little kids. He got a little taste of that. So he got to enjoy that. They also have a nursery, the Guppies Nursery, which is 6 months to 2-year-olds, and then the Teen Club is 12 and up. Gorgeous facilities. We have a standalone video coming out on just those 3 spaces. For those of you who are parents and would like to see it, we have pretty much covered every single inch of those spaces because that was of interest to us, so we took some extra time there. And it was really, really fabulous. So that is my little report of the bliss. I've seen some questions coming in. Let's see here. I'm gonna jump up and take a look. Yes, I did hear that Honest Cruising has some wonderful, their YouTube channel, by the way, some great coverage of this ship, so make sure that you check them out, you guys. There's so many great YouTubers out there who have been on these preview cruises. Brian, yes, that we did preview the studio rooms. They're gorgeous, and I do believe I saw some built-in USB ports in those. Hopefully I got that on camera. I honestly can't remember. I toured so many cabins, filmed so many cabins, I can't remember. So I filmed studio, inside, outside, family ocean view, mini suite, and balcony. Again, no haven, but definitely go to those other YouTube channels. I believe Honest Cruising does have some of those. Carolyn, honest opinion, is this one of the best ships you've ever been on? It absolutely is. I like different cruise ships for different reasons. With that said, I still am on a little bit of a high after being on that ship. What I love about it, Carolyn, and everyone else who probably wants to hear this from me, because that's one of the most popular questions we always get is, what's your favorite ship? It does not feel large, and I don't like mega ships, guys. I gotta just tell you, I'm more of a more of a midship type person. I like to be able to feel, see, and smell the ocean. If that doesn't happen for me, I feel like I'm in Vegas, not on a cruise, right? So that imagination and connection to the sea in every way, whether it's from Weiland's amazing hull art that just completely grabs you from the moment you see the ship, to that beautiful waterfront area where there's outdoor seating in the upscale restaurants, and the humidor and the just so many different areas. That part of it, that promenade deck being preserved, is always very important to me. I like to see that preserved, and that happened. The upper decks were also that way for me. The pool, even around the racetrack, standing around the racetrack, you still have massive amounts of views. The aft area of the ship that's adults only is just so open and beautiful. They removed that big screen that kind of blocked off the aft view. There's so much connection to the sea on this ship that it really is probably going to be one of my all-time favorite ships. They did, in my opinion, make one major design flaw on this ship, and that is that there should be, in my opinion, a covered pool. Because if you're really truly purpose building something for Alaska, you are not going to have people swimming in those pools that are exposed to the elements. It's way too cold. I would have liked to have seen that in the main area. So that's pretty much the only thing that I can think of. Other thing I would say that I missed is perhaps the fact that in my mini suite there was no bathtub. To me, the mini suite category should be differentiated by a bathtub. Brooke, thank you so very much for the super chat. You're such a sweetheart. Brooke, I'm sorry you're having a rough week. I hope that we can bring you a smile today. All right, guys, let's see what other questions we have today. Mr. Cruise Tips TV, you got some queued up for me?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, cool.
These are from early on.
Okay.
From Amar Shandu. Hi, Sherry. Are there other programs similar to stargazing with Discovery at Sea?
I didn't notice any stargazing, but please keep in mind we're on a 2-night preview cruise, so we did not have regular programming. We had very scheduled activities that we were expected to attend. Okay.
Callie Robinson says, does the kids' splash zone have the same rules about no swim diapers as the big pools do?
The Kids Splash Academy is a misleading, oh, you're talking about the splash zone. I'm so sorry. You're talking about the area that has like the bucket and all of that. I believe that it does have the same rules as the regular pools. I don't think you can have swim diapers in that area. I'm not 100% sure. Yes, Jen, I know that the Haven has a covered pool with a retractable roof, and that's so cool, but it's so inaccessible for so many people. I would never be able to sail in the Haven, but it is beautiful, so. Thank you so much, Island Girl. That was a very, very enormously generous super chat. We really appreciate that. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, Melissa, 7 days will not be. Nadia, yes, the pool is heated and it is a nice temperature. They did a good job with that, and I hope that they keep it up in Alaska. And the hot tubs are really nice temperatures. I'm ready, Mr. Cruise Tips TV.
Okay, I like this one. You kind of already answered it, but I still like it. Shailene O'Rourke, how was the food?
Shailene, it was good. The food was great. It was wonderful. Do you know how it is when you're so busy that you don't enjoy food as much? I'm a food lover. I enjoy my meals, but I gotta tell you, I had a real hard time slowing down on this one. And like Rich said here, we spent most of our 2 days exploring and filming, and that's why I'm wonderful. Thank you, Rich. I really appreciate that, but I was definitely stubbornly going to film every corner I possibly could. You guys, I probably didn't even get half the ship though. I gotta tell you, it was impossible. There's so many different nooks and crannies, and I wanted to balance it with making sure my little man was having a good time. So we spent a lot of time together. We did some fun things. I wanted to make sure he was getting to do the things that he really wanted to do. I just lost my monitor, Mr. Cruise Tips TV. My battery just died. So, or maybe you could just help me get it back, but I can't see the screen anymore. You want to give me some questions I can answer while we look at it?
Sure, Tamara Barding, did you order room service?
Tamara, we didn't order room service. In fact, room service I don't even believe was available on our sailing. I didn't see the menu anywhere, which was super interesting. Isn't that crazy? All right, I'm ready for another one.
Your damsel Jen, is there a dance floor in Manhattan Room?
I don't think there's a dance floor in the Manhattan Room, but I know that there's dance floors in some of the other areas, like the Social and the Cavern Club, which is also spectacular. If you guys are going on this ship and you have the opportunity to go see the Beatles band play in the Cavern Club, it is another one of those things that will make the hair stand up on the back of your neck. The entertainment is so incredibly exceptional. On this ship, you won't believe it. It's truly Broadway style. And I grew up performing in dance, and you're so cute. My husband's trying to fix whatever's going on with my monitor because I can't see anything. But I feel like I have a decent eye for performance, quality, and this is a highlight of this ship. It is totally next level, you guys. Not exaggerating at all. Jersey Boys blew me away. I had chills for a straight 30 minutes in awe of the performance. Again, it's very long. I think it was 110 minutes. And I think Havana was 75 minutes. It was a commitment. But if that is something that you appreciate, and especially with Jersey Boys, if you like the Broadway style, that, you know, the play and not just all musical, you're really gonna like that. Havana's a bit more musical in totality, but Jersey Boys has a really great storyline. I'm sure many of you have seen Jersey Boys already on Broadway or the movie or whatever, but this is just, oh, it was so good. It was so to die for. So how's it going, Mr. Cruise Tubes TV? Not that good. So he has crawled around the floor and he is literally trying to fix my monitor. I don't know if something came unplugged or what, but I can't see a single thing right now. So why don't I do this, Mr. Cruise Tubes TV? I'll go over to my phone and pull in some questions so we don't lose time here. Okay, here we go, guys. I'm coming into the chat so I can see what some of our questions are. Thank you so much for your patience. Here we go. Oh no, I've got to silence myself. Oh, you know, this is a good time to talk to you guys about what you see behind me right here. Gearathon, our other channel, we are starting on June 1st, 26 days of gear reveals and reviews, mostly all new products. Yay, you did it, Mr. Cruise Tubes TV. Mostly new products, and we've been filming like crazy to bring you all kinds of new things. Kevin, thank you so much. Kevin, I did get access to one wheelchair accessibility room, but it wasn't what I thought it was. It was called a family ocean view stateroom. Thank you so much, sweetheart. You're so good to me. He's crawling on the floor, you guys. It's a gorgeous room, and you'll see it. So Nadia, I didn't hit the comedy. I'm sorry about that. Bren, I didn't get any souvenirs. The gift shop had really good selection, but things were a little pricey. I actually went in there to grab a few little things to do as giveaways, and I was like, a hat was $27 or something, and I was like, ugh. Carolyn, Havana is pretty family friendly. A little bit of adult content, but not as much adult language. So, you know, you kind of have to know your child. I would have taken my child to Havana, but I would not have taken him to Jersey Boys. He is a little bit of a foul language police officer himself, so he would have been like, Mom, 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 they're dropping the F-bomb. So I had been told that in advance by Scott Singer at Scott Singer Cruises, so I knew to be cautious about that. So anyway, Leah, you saw Mr. Cruise Tubes TV on the floor? She said she thought you were a dog. Oh dear God, well see, it's true love. It's just true love. Bravo, Mr. Cruise Tubes TV. Oh my goodness, hi Bethany, welcome. It's okay, you didn't miss much. You can watch the replay. Nice to see you. Okay, smoke smell. Who's talking about the smoke smell? This is critical. Someone tasked me to find out if this new glassed-in casino concept was effective. Now, on past ships that were of a similar class on Norwegian, there was a problem with the smoke smell not coming into the 678 Ocean Place, which is also kind of known as the atrium, right? It's kind of a gathering place, even though it's not really the atrium. Y'all, it is, when they say they have glassed off the the smoking portion of the casino, it is glassed off. There is no smoke. Nothing comes out. I smelled no smoke the whole time. I didn't realize it until after the cruise when I thought about it. But on my voyage, which was fully booked, by the way, there were 4,000 people on that ship, and I think the casino was open. I just didn't smell any smoke. So hopefully some of you who go on this cruise can tell me what it's like on a full sailing. All right. The Bliss 1 San Juan is currently in Seattle. It was christened an hour ago, and it is going to be going on its last of 4 preview cruises. It went on a 4-city preview tour and is on its last right now. Okay, Lee Ann, should you do Bliss to Alaska or Caribbean? They'll both be lovely. Do what you can afford. Do what's close to home. Do what you want to do. Gabrielle, no excursions for us. We didn't have any ports. Kristen, casino was large. I wouldn't say it's the biggest I've ever seen, but it was very spread out. Buttered popcorn. Yeah, the storage was really good in the room. There was an absence of drawers, but they had nice shelving and some good, a pretty good shelving area. You'll see in my room tour that was published today that the closet is rather close to the bed. So when you do slide into the closet, the bed is right behind you. So you can't really have two people in the closet area at once. Not an issue, but something to be aware of. Okay. All right. Let's see. So Savannah, yeah, hopefully they have handled the smoke thing. Chelsea, can I compare Norwegian to Carnival? Definitely different experiences. Both of them are fun and lively, and there's lots of contemporary music playing in both. Chelsea, the Norwegian concept of freedom and choice is definitely there for you. You have a lot more options with specialty dining and times that you choose to dine and things like that. There are also more upcharges because of that concept. So it's something we could spend a lot of time talking about. Lots of hot tubs, Melissa, but I didn't count them. Yeah, the drinks were amazing, Chloe. A little on the sweet side for me. So yeah, one San Juan. Yeah, I do agree that there's a premium price tag on that. So I think that, is it worth it? Yes. This is a premium cruise product. A little bit more, I would say, I don't really want to use the word upscale because it could also be very casual if you wanted it to be as well. What I would say is that there's a lot of options. It's a brand new ship and it feels brand new. The staff is very attentive. There's lots of options for you. So yes, it is a more premium cruise experience and it is worth the price tag. Now, with that said, if you can't afford it, don't book it. I will also say, you guys, that the inside cabins on this ship are rather tiny. So I would encourage you to go balcony or higher if you can. You will see our room tour of the inside cabin and they're tight. So I want you to think about that. Okay, yes, Autobot Diva, the bathroom did have a sharps container and you'll see that in the video that we uploaded today. Elisa, boarding was excellent in San Pedro. Not as smooth as the Carnival Terminal in Long Beach, but definitely good. So, all right, let's see here. What else do we have? I'm scrolling up a little bit to see what I missed when my monitor went dead. And I'm sure there's plenty of questions. All right. What's wrong, Mr. Cruise TV?
I saw myself walking.
You did? Did you just watch the replay? Poor baby. He's so self-critical, you guys. He just watched himself crawling on the floor because he felt so bad about it. Okay. Thank you, Seth. Huh? You could have crawled much better. You and your crawling. Oh, isn't he precious? You guys, Mr. Cruise TV was handed a massive amount of footage when I got back, and I just want you to know he's editing as fast as he can without not edit. We don't want to stop editing our Carnival Splendor footage. For those of you who are waiting for our Carnival Splendor footage, please hang in there. We will not stop. We're just trying to kind of balance it all out right now, and with our normal lives, it's hard. We don't have 80 hours a week to edit, so we're doing our very, very best. All right. Okay, why don't you guys type any questions that you have into the comments here for us to attend to. Okay. Let's see here. Elisa, are the inside cabins on Splendor bigger than the inside cabins on the Bliss? Yeah, a little bit. ARM, you need to book the go-karts, yes, but you can book them when you get on the ship. If you can, if the system will allow you to book it beforehand, do it. Okay. Tamara, why would someone need a sharps container? Please don't feel bad, that's okay. If you were perhaps diabetic or if you use needles for any reason, they have them in every room now so that you can dispose of those safely without having to request one. Okay, Sylvia, the studio cabins are really cool. They're pretty tight, they're tiny, but they're really nicely laid out. They're sort of rectangular, and you'll see in the video, they're very beautiful. And the virtual screens are super duper cool. Okay, all right, let's see here. Just in case you guys were wondering too, oh no, Marie, you don't have to reserve the Splash Academy. We're still on the fence about the October cruise, but that's because we have so many other things going on and it's a financial decision. So we'll keep you guys posted. Do I want to go back on Bliss? 100% yes. Traveling with Bruce, I didn't get to tour the spa, but from what I saw in the photos and the videos I've seen on YouTube, it looked gorgeous. You say snow room, I say yes. So yes, it looks super cool. Wendy, group cruise someday. It's not in our immediate future. We don't really know that we could get enough people to all agree on one place. Someday, we talk about it a lot, but not right now. Kim, I don't know if you could use your Starbucks card on the ship. If I had to guess, I would say no. But I didn't ask, and I'm so sorry. We just had limited time. I think you asked me about that. Emma, we're only here for a few more moments. We couldn't do a full hour tonight because I just got home from work. We haven't had dinner, and I don't want to neglect my child. So I'm sorry. But yeah. Okay. Welcome home, Tim. That's great to hear. Okay, I'm going to keep looking for some more questions. I do not want to neglect anyone. I think I answered your question, Marie, about the Splash Academy. Let's see here. So anyway, yeah, one of the funny things I wanted to tell you all is that I did so much footage on the GoPro because GoPro is a really nice way to film rooms. I use a stabilizing kind of, what do you call that thing, hun? What's the stabilizer I use for it's like a stabilizing stick for the GoPro. And I got to the racetrack, you guys, to film, and I thought that I could use a helmet mount. Well, they don't allow helmet mounts, so I had to take my helmet mount and turn it into a chest mount, which was not pretty. If you get a close look at the video that we filmed on the go-kart, you can see that it was like squishing across my body, and there was nothing to actually hold the GoPro. So throughout that video, I was pressing the GoPro back up against my chest with one hand and steering with the other hand. So if you see me doing a one-hander, it's because I'm going like this, trying to make it so it filmed a little higher. But the really funny part is that while I was standing in line to go on the go-karts, I got the message, the error message, that I had filled up an entire ginormous SD card, and I had to delete footage in line for the go-karts to make sure that I could film the go-karts, because I was not going to miss that experience for you guys. So funny problems of the mommy vlogger here who didn't have her tech boss with her. It was such a bummer. Thank you so much, DKPNB2005. I can't believe I actually said that username, but thank you very much for the beautiful super chat. That was very nice of you. Yeah, April Gearathon's going to be a ton of fun. You're going to love it. SoCal Seth, I knocked and scratched. You know I did. So funny. Inside joke, folks. Michael, I didn't get to tour the spa. I'm terribly sorry, but I missed it, and I'm just very sorry. I couldn't go. The day that I showed up, they were no longer doing it. I walked up there with my camera, and they're like, I'm sorry, ma'am. We're performing spa treatments. We can't do that. So I missed it. It was too short of a cruise. Yes, Tasha, I used my Mia Tui bag. I used my Jenny on the back of my suitcase. It was great. I really like to try the mini Jen next. It was beautiful for my purposes though, because it avoided the use of a backpack while I was boarding. It was nice because I just popped it on the back of my rolling suitcase, and then I could hold my son's hand, and I didn't have sore shoulders. So it was really good. I love that. Okay. All right. Let's see what we have here. I know there's a few more questions popping in. Aw, thank you so much, Nurse Nancy. I really did miss my husband. You must have caught the live stream. It was tough. It was tough because we're we're just like this little trio. We run around and we have our little routine. And things don't always go smoothly when the three of us are together either, but it was so hard to think about what I needed to do next, what I wanted to do next, making sure my son was happy, not forgetting to eat, which literally kind of happened for me, and getting batteries charged and stuff like that. So I really missed him. Thank you for that. Okay, guys, we're getting ready to log out, but Mr. Christos TV is raising his hand. Do we have a good question I can answer real quick beforehand?
I have 4 questions.
4 questions, and I'm here for you. We will not hang up until we get those done.
This is pretty broad. Marion Kim, is NCL worth the cost?
Is NCL worth the cost? If you can afford it, and you appreciate what NCL offers, which is specialty dining, pretty high-end entertainment, Broadway quality, and more options, then yes. If you need a budget cruise line, maybe not. Or maybe you cruise in an NCL inside cabin and you get a sail away cabin, which doesn't have the perks which you are paying extra for. So in my opinion, yes and no. It depends on the month. You keep hearing me talk about whether or not we're going to be keeping our Norwegian Bliss cruise in October. That's a financial decision for us too. We're not sure yet. It's 40% more than what we normally pay for a cruise. So I hear you. It's a consideration. No, our AR on the ship never felt crowded, with the exception of like, gosh, maybe just a few times, like the muster drill and a few other times like that, but not much.
I've got a pair of questions from Tamara Barding.
Okay.
Tamara would like to know, can you hear other people on the balcony?
I could hear other people on the balcony when I was on my balcony, but the weirdest thing ever, when I was in my cabin, I never heard anything. I never heard anything in the hall, and I never heard the people next to me. And I know that there were people in the rooms next to me.
Okay, second one
Don't
from
know how that is.
Tamara. Do you have to reserve a seat in the observation lounge?
No, you walk right into the observation lounge. It is open to you, and it is spectacular. Wait until you see the video. Oh my gosh.
Here's one from a Lorraine J, and it would probably be my question too if I didn't know already. Do they have coffee makers in the balcony room?
Yeah, they have coffee makers in the balconies and the mini suites. The inside cabins do not have coffee pots. I don't think the ocean views do, but I'll have to check on that for you. Yeah. I think, Carolyn, that those pools, I think that both of them were full access on the main pool deck, and that on the back, the Spice H2O area doesn't have a pool, it has hot tubs, but I think kids can go in both of the pools that are in the center area. So yeah. We haven't been on Pride of America, Diane, but we are considering that someday. Okay, anything else, Mr. Cruise Tips TV? Okay, all right, you guys. We are going to sign off. If you have any questions about Norwegian Bliss, one way to get a quicker response from me is to slide into my direct messages on Instagram or to send me a direct message through our Cruise Tips TV page on Facebook. Make sure you're following us on social media, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, especially Instagram and Facebook. We post updates about when we're going live. We post photographs that you won't see here on YouTube. We give you lots and lots of updates. I do not know when our next live stream is. I'm still trying to get my bearings, but it'll probably be a Saturday soon. It will not be this Saturday because my mom is coming to visit us, you guys, and I just need to rest a teeny tiny bit and kind of take a deep breath. And we're also filming a lot of episodes for Gearathon, so make sure you go subscribe at youtube.com/cruise gear. Mr. Cruise Tips TV, did a question slip in you wanted me to answer?
Yeah, and it went by so fast that I've lost it.
You missed it?
It was from Janice Ricardo, and she wanted to know how the karts were, which you've already
Oh yeah,
answered.
Janice, the go-karts were awesome.
But she also specifically wanted
How
to
many
know,
laps?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
saw it.
you know what? I think it was 8 laps or something, but I wanted to let you know that it's a minimum of a 10-minute experience. I filmed the whole thing, so I saw that both clips combined were something like 11 minutes. It felt like about 10 to 15 minutes to me. It is an extremely long experience. Thank you, Traveling with Bruce, for the very kind words. We appreciate it. We do need to rest a little bit. I need to rest. Our son does have a little cold. That's one of the reasons why we kept this short tonight, is I just really want to make sure that we kind of realign a little bit this week, get the laundry done, everybody gets enough sleep so that I don't get sick and Mr. Cruise Tips TV doesn't get sick. So thank you all so very much. You mean so much to us, you guys. Truly, truly, there's not a day that goes by that we're not grateful for our community here on Cruise Tips TV. You make us smile even when we've had a rough day and even when we crawl on the floor. So thank you so much. Watch for our next live stream, and until next time, we'll see you on the high seas. Bye-bye.
Cruiser of the week!
Hey, click me to subscribe.